drops a little bit between those two splits. 1.2 back, goes in the second spot at split number 2. So Atkinson's time looking safe at the moment.
Yeah, and you know that's going to be short-lived.
Sandell having his best ever World Cup result in Fort William, where he finished 8th this year. And great to see him at the World Championship. No way, dude. Well, we saw him pull some time back there. That was serious.
So he took back, what, almost 1.7 seconds. He was down 1.5.
That's unbelievable.
So, well, you know, I take my words back. Look at him. Here he goes. Doubles it up. Coming into this sort of a berm corner that leads into that step down.
Great run from him.
Nice. He's happy, isn't he?
Damn right with that recovery.
So I stand corrected. You can make up nearly 2 seconds from the beginning of that option line.
Sometimes it can happen. So, no question in here. Do you think we'll ever see a downhill in the Olympics? I doubt.
You know, I've always asked that question, and I've been told logistically it's so difficult to build a downhill course within the proximity to the Olympic Village, and you know, I just don't think they're that interested in making the effort.
I would kind of go with you on that one as well. Don't hold your breath on that one, as Mitch Dowse from Australia comes down. 2011 ruined by a cut hand and then got infected, excuse me. So 5th at split number 1. Oh, dude, you can see the pace now starting to pick up. These guys starting to slide those bikes into the turns.
Yeah, Delp's another one of those guys. You watch him ride, and he's an impressive rider, and ranked 42nd in the world. You know, you just start to realize the depth of talent in the sport.
0.9 back, less than a second off the pace then, Miles. Sandell, so
as we see, you know, he can make that up on this bottom section.
Be interesting to see now if he does make any inroads on Dale, because Dale was blisteringly quick from that last split down.
Yeah, he really was. I think smoothness and getting that head down and those shoulders low. Whoa, little mistake for Delps.
So
I think that really blew his speed.
So 1.4, yeah, he did, losing half a second there or more. Goes in the third. That's what happens when you're tired. And let's not forget, Mold, you know, you're tired mentally as well as physically when you get to a point like that. Everything hurts, man, even your brain trying to hold that thing down there on 2 wheels.
Yeah, here's Delps over the drop, keeping it super low, and then watch how he unweights the bike over the holes.
Yeah.
Good technique.
Because those big soft holes are only going to take more speed. So Joshua Byrne, Australian again. Let's see what he's going to do. So Barton 5th at split number 1. And actually 4th at split number 2 there.
Yeah, Button with a big whip down that little triple.
Came 9th at the IXS Cup they had here earlier this year, kind of a test event. That one actually won by Greg Menard. Aaron Gwynn not present, cutting that turn there.
Yeah, it goes to the inside. See, close.
1.694 back. Marcel Beer, Handstrom and Strausser, and there's Sam Dale and Strauss next to him, those two. 1 and 3 at the moment. Bryn Atkinson sat in there in second. So look at his slow-mo, Miles.
Yeah, here he comes. Doubles over that first route. Keeps it super wide on the entry. That's what I was expecting to see these guys do, getting out wide for that next section.
So Marcel Beer, 29th from Monson, and last year 13th the 2010 Worlds, 5.8, nearly 6 seconds back. Checking that inside line there.
Shares what could be the best last name in the world,
without a doubt.
With one other.
Yeah, I think it's unquestionable. So the Canadian getting a few pedals in down this big slope. Sun's starting to go down, the shadow's getting longer, and down onto that big finish line tabletop. Second to last tabletop. So 14th for him, 6.319 back for Matthew Beer. And a great run for him. Pretty much Sam Down, excuse me. Oscar Harmström now, Swedish rider.
Yeah, another guy that probably wished the sun would have stayed away. The Swedes love the mud.
They certainly do. So, 33rd at split number 1. So So your top 10 at the moment: Sam Dale, Bryn Atkinson, Mitch Dowse in third, Joshua Button in fourth, Tetzlaff, Weber, Ropalato, Jared Graves 8th, Pingeli 9th, and Paya there in 10th. As we approach now, our top 30 riders won't be far away. Oscar Armstrong, Swedish rider.
Yeah, you see the big guys. I mean, guys like him really need to keep those shoulders down, especially in these high-speed sections. He's really stretched out and tall. It's not going to do him any favors.
21st for him, 10.5 behind, 1 back. Strauss and the German, then Benny. See what he's going to do. 13th at split number 1. Comes now towards split number 2. 5.2529 back.
Yeah, you really can see the speeds increasing, the aggressive body language, and these guys now really mean business.
Yeah, we're coming around to get into the fast end of proceedings here this afternoon. There will be a new world champion crowned in the absence of Danny Hartner, defending champion. As Strausser goes 12 at 334.346 back, 436, excuse me, back.
Looks like he's lost the chain. Seemed like it was hanging off the bike there.
The Rutar now.
Right down through the middle line.
Yes,
through all the bumps.
so many big bumps. I mean, as much as anything, Miles, it's just tiring when you hit stuff like that. It kind of unsettles you a little bit as well, getting thrown around when you've had enough. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, I think it's just sort of like hanging on. You can see his head kind of bouncing around. I think it's force is taking its toll on him.
There you go. Off the big drop down. Some big wet ruts there, Miles, and landing of that.
Yeah, they're so soft. Those really just, you go right through the middle of that, and it's killing your speed.
So, a long way outside the time of Sam Dale, the guy in the hot seat at the moment. 26 for him, 12.571 back. Robin Walner, another fast Swede.
Yeah, maybe we'll see that these forest sections, these Swedes, doing pretty good, not too bad. He's 3.262 back.
Well, he's, yeah, not too bad. He was third in the last IXS race. And his best result so far this year at 25th in Val d'Isère. Over that big finish line jump there, yeah, Val d'Isère, excuse me. So, his chain off.
It looks like he's got a problem as well, just like the other Swede. Otherwise, he'd have been making an effort. Yeah, he's got a broken chain. It's just hanging off the bike.
Nice to see a world though, Mark. We're not going to see it affected, by a puncture or something as well. Everyone should get down this afternoon. It's not too hard on the bikes this course.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't think mechanical failure will come into the equation. But I have seen a couple of riders, especially this morning. I saw a couple of flats.
Good run from Fishback. Third at split 2, only 1.41 back. So making the most of those 4X skills and power down through that middle part of this course, through the bike park. And Fishback got full-time downhill this year, Miles.
Yeah, Fishback fairly quick yesterday where I saw him, and he looks like he placed 35th yesterday in the time run.
Actually goes into third spot, 0.926 back for Johannes Fishback. So a good run from him, and great to see him, throwing the four-cross towel in as soon as it wasn't a UCI World Cup event and decided he was going to do downhill. It was actually a couple-ish downhill before he went four-crossing, so I think we're going to expect to see more from him next year with another year of downhill under his belt.
Yeah, he gets going pretty good here. Looks like he's taking a calculated line going outside to inside. There's a really big hole developing right there as well.
He is. Look at the size of those things.
That hole tends to upset the bike.
Guardian will scale now. Spanish rider. 4 times the Spanish national champion. Getting those pedals in. All important to get on those pedals out of those turns, Miles.
Absolutely, especially right there, because that is going to set the pace for this entire finish section. You come out of there and it's just basically pure momentum from the exit of that section all the way to the finish line.
So riding all the way around the outside of that turn there, using all that berm. Not going to touch the time of Dale. 24, 10 seconds back for him. Lorenzo Sudin, the Italian rider. Exciting prospect for the sport, this guy. Been having some great rides at the World Cups this year. Actually starting to see these guys now on the top part of this course as well. Well, it was 5th at split, number 1. Only dropped 1 spot back to 6th there as well. So Sudin having a good ride. One of those stylish riders, actually had his shirt tailored tyre for Peter Maritzburg. Didn't want any resistance.
Actually, our entire team had their jerseys modified to be tighter than they were.
Of course, like for a rule down now, that's why you're not seeing anyone in skin suits. 7th for him, 2.4 back. So a good solid run from him.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, you've got to take advantage of these rules. Here he is, doubling it up. He kind of clipped it a little bit, didn't get over it clean. But you got to take advantage of the rules. They say no lycra and downhill, and they also kind of have a little bit of a rule about how tight the clothing is.
Yeah, there's some weird allow of pulling the jersey or something. Yeah, exactly. So, number 32, Panda, Slovenia. Coming up towards straight number 2, 10.7 back for him. He ain't going to make that up between there and the bottom, that's for sure.
No, that would be a tall order. You know, obviously, some of these guys may be underestimating what kind of effort it's going to take. And 10 seconds is an insurmountable margin. So, unfortunately for them, you know, you give up a little bit at the top if you don't have the power, and then just kind of carries you through. So he goes 12 seconds down.
30th for him. We're going to see Zielinengo next. Oh no, we're not. We're going to see Luke Strobel is the next man. So the American rider.
Yeah, Strobel, I've seen him quite a bit on course and got to know him a bit. And he's really aspiring to climb the ladder here and get himself to the next level.
Real nice guy, dude. He's been actually in the top 15 in the last two times the World Cups visited here. Sends that big drop.
He sure did.
It's a lot bigger than it looks on camera there, I can tell you.
It's like an elevator shaft, really.
So Strobel now sprinting towards the line.
Pretty good result.
Just over 2 back for him in the 6th spot. Yeah, he could be happy enough with that, right? So we're tearing through the field here. Here he is then. Berlin Zielinengo. Another fast French kid.
Yeah, wow, really aggressive there.
Yeah, man. Fast around the outside, Miles.
Looked awesome.
Seems to miss all the holes. Of course, the quicker you're going over those holes, the less your wheels will drop into them as well. And I guess the easier it is, well, the easier it definitely is. 1.284 back for him.
Yeah, typically the faster you go, the smoother it feels.
Yeah.
You know, it's always that trade-off of, well, are you keeping it together? Are you overdoing it? You know, overcook the corner? Well, as you can see, you got to be aggressive. You got to make it stick. And you got to make it work.
So, here we go then. Made it to the top 25 in Malazir. Comes down the line. 3.55 back. But the next man we're going to see, everyone, is a true legend of the sport. Will this be his last World Championships? I sincerely hope not. No one knows, not even Steve himself, I think. Here he is then, the living legend, the world champion from 2009. He was fastest at split 1. Steve B then, on course, fastest through the speed trap as well, and after a season wrecked by injury, this man at 38 years old does not know when to back down, and he's up 1.8 up, so this
inside line going to pay off. And Steve, he was in position to take the lead.
Oh, what a shame. He'll be absolutely devastated. He's had just one of those years this year. 38 years old, man, and still going at it. Look at him. He was fastest until then. He's been racing World Championships now for 20 years. 93 MTB was his first World Cup win in 1998. 17 more since then. Let's have a look at this, Miles. See what
it looks like he gets out. He was trying to set up right, cut across to the left. I think he got stuck in that rut and just it stood him up and he couldn't get turned in time.
He went a little bit front heavy as well. His arms kind of
went
back under him and it's all over. What a shame for him. Oh well, at least he was on pace. Nico Malelli now, young American rider, someone you know a fair bit about, I guess, Miles.
Yeah, I've been working with Nico all year. We've been getting to know each other. Got a pretty good relationship. Got a bit of trust going now, and I can actually give him some advice and not be afraid to hurt his feelings. And Nico really wanted to get into this upper echelon. Been close, had a good result in South Africa this year.
And obviously the silver medalist from the Junior World Championships goes in at 9th spot, 3.2 back for him.
Not too bad. I think he'll be happy with that. His shoulder has been bothering him. He hurt it in Crankworks last week. He separated his shoulder, so been a bit of recovery for him.
So there he is, living legend Steve Feet on the left there. As we see Pierre Charles Georges now, French rider. See now, that's pretty dry up there now, Miles, on the top part and the open, bone dry, I would say.
Real dry.
5.3 back for him and split number 2.
He's maybe had an off.
Oh, what a shame for Pete, he's just crashing out there.
It's just so sad to see that. Somebody on a good run and then throwing it away like that.
Yeah, that's what happens, isn't it? So out of the darkness, out of the shadows, into the light, into this unbelievably packed now finish area. The fans are starting to make their way down the mountain as they anticipate the end of this event.
I think you're going to see, yeah, he's got some dirt on his shoulder. Looks like Pierre's been off and it's cost him.
Joe Smith, another UK rider, had a brilliant ride in Fort William this year where he took 7th. I was speaking to Nigel Page this morning. He said it's going to be difficult for Joe to really excel on this course on flat pedals. You know, he's going to lose out through that middle section, but he was 10th at split number 1, running the front fender. Only 3.5 back for him though. So he's 16th at split number 2. Slipped some 6 spots through that big pedal in the middle of this course.
Yeah, you know, speaking of Fort William, this course has a very similar surface. Fort William, they tend to bring in this type of soil. It's very rideable in the wet, and I think that's why they do that in Scotland. So very, very similar.
Yeah, it's all year round. When you're in Europe, it needs to be because it rains so much. 16th for Joe Smith, 4.595 back.
Looks like he's in a bit of discomfort.
Yeah. So, Florent Payet, one of the most exciting French riders on the circuit at the moment, the big, tall rider.
Yeah, Payet practiced this week. I saw him do some very impressive things, and look at him.
Up. 2.6 up for him, so this is a good run. Yeah, incredibly creative in practice. You always see him looking amazing in practice.
He does some things that other people don't do, and you know, he catches little things on video, and my riders say, "Oh wow,
yeah,
look at Payet."
Exciting rider, silver at the Junior Worlds in Leger in 2004. Boy, the last year's World Championships in Chambéry. Goes big over that last jump, sprints to the line, and goes fastest. Payet 2.277 up. And it's a good run for the Frenchman, pushing Sandow down there in the 2nd spot. Bryn Atkinson down into 3rd.
Yeah, Payet, he had a little slip. Look at him, he's carrying some great speed right here. Unweights the bike, skips over this jump right here, catches it with the rear end up. Just above there, he had a real creative line in the woods. He was doubling these 2 routes into this really big berm corner. Real impressive. Really cool to see him do well.
Nick Beer from Switzerland. Now Nick actually had an unbelievable timed run, 6th in time training for Nick Beer. So he holds it together this afternoon. Expect to see that time coming down. But I can tell you at split 1 he was 43rd, and at split number 2, 32nd. So Nick Veer having some issues somewhere on course.
I can see the mud on his shoulder, and his sleeve is pulled up. He's definitely had an off, and cost him dearly. Yeah, he's not even going to pedal to the finish here. Into 33rd.
Crossing the line, 33rd, yeah. Marcus Peckel. Austrian rider just down the road in Schladming.
Yeah, Marcus is going to be bringing this crowd to life here, I'd see.
Well, he's going to probably one of the biggest days of his riding career to date. 1.079 back, so not impossible for him. He's having a good ride, Miles.
Yeah, he is in striking distance. As we've seen, it's possible to make up nearly 2 seconds on the bottom. Let's see what he's got.
He's been in the top 20 most times in the World Cup. Has been here. Playing it safe down through there. Going over to the right to find himself a nice start. Having a turn back across though to get to the into that last turn on the outside of that berm there. He's going to go outside the time of Florent Payet. He goes second, 1.5 back for Marcus Peckel. And the crowd goes wild for him. And it's a good run. He can be happy enough with that.
Yeah, it's nice to do a good run in front of the home crowd. Well done. He seems happy. I think that's all that matters when you leave here, is to know that you gave it a good effort. There's the change into the guard here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, you're watching the World Championships from Austria, Leogang in Austria, and we now start with the top 20 riders with this man, George Brannigan, one of the exciting young riders from New Zealand. And Brannigan actually 9th at split number 1. Another one of these riders you might think would struggle a little bit through that middle section. But Brannigan, real exciting rider, 7th for the IXS earlier in this season here. And he comes down the line outside that time of Florent Payet. He goes into an 11th spot. So, 19 riders to go. In 4 riders' time, we're going to go to 3-minute gaps. So we're going to start seeing a fair bit more of the coverage. Matt Simmons from the UK now. Riding for Chain Reaction Cycles. So Matt Simmons, 10th at split number 1. Just under 4 seconds back at split number 2. Threading it down through there, takes the other line around the outside. And Matt Simmons, he had a 10th here in 2010 at the World Cup, so of course he likes. Just his last turn now up in tabletop. Simmons' World Championship's going to be over. And at the moment it's Florent Payet from Marcus Peckel, Sam Dale, Bryn Atkinson, Johannes Fischbach, Mitch Dels, Joshua Butt, Luke Strobel, Boris Tetzlaff, and Matt Simmons, the man on screen, slowing nicely into 10th spot. So Cam Cole, now we're starting to get into the fast guys. The fastest qualifier at the last World Cup in Val d'Isère. Things didn't go very well for him in the final, but Cam Cole 6th at split number 1. You can see how big those holes are now as he bounced into there. 2.6 back for him on that wide line. He's going to get on the pedals quicker miles there and carry more speed out into this section. And you would say, after seeing the demise of P on that part of the course, probably safer to go around that wide line.
Yeah, I think with the level of fatigue at this point on the course, and actually Cam Cole, I expect to kind of pick things out of him this week. I just don't know if he's quite all there this week.
5th at the World Cup here in 2010. He goes 5th again today. 3.056 for Cam Cole. A good run, but I know he would have been looking for more.
Cam into this big cereal bowl corner, and looks like he opts. Yeah, he's going for the beeline, and I think he kind of gets stood up a little bit in this right-hander and doesn't get on the pedals quite as quickly as he'd have liked. He's a big guy.
He is a huge dude, man.
He's a really big rider.
Doesn't like Kenny Parron, I think he's going to do. One of the guys going to be capable of winning a World Cup. We haven't seen it yet. So Troy Brosnan now, the 2-time junior world champion from Australia, making his return to racing.
pretty bad. That's too bad, man.
Well, Brosnan, you know, that kid pins it. That was different. It's Leogang, sorry, in his last ever World Championship. He's announced his retirement, Miles.
Justin, riding for Trek World Racing, and I've had the opportunity to get to know him this year. Quite a good rider, really amazing guy, and yeah, it's sad to see him retire, but another case of you know, knowing when it's time to get out.
Yeah, you said he's mixed emotions for him this afternoon. He wants to do good, but he also wants to walk away from this race. 4 seconds back for him then.
Yeah, I definitely respect his approach, and I know how it feels to be in your last season. You definitely want to leave with making a good impression at doing your job for your sponsors, but you also want to take care of the body.
He actually started his racing career in 2002 in Cameroon, so very fit, and he finishes it here in Austria as well. So Justin Leogang, one of the most successful World Cup races in recent years, goes 9th, and we bid farewell to him and wish him good luck with his, goes back to New Zealand to start a new life. I think going to be building houses, and he said he's got a few businesses he wants to get on with, so yeah, great to see Leogang cross the line there in one piece.
He'll be a carpenter's apprentice and then build his own homes. So wish him good luck. Good ride, Justin. There he is.
Manager Mark Whiteley giving some tips to Whiteley, I guess, to give to Gwyn. They're going to talk about how the course is, and Gwyn set Gwyn up as best they can for his World Championship bid. Man, I'm getting excited now. This is it. This is where it starts. This is it, people.
Typically, Justin will radio up to Aaron and give him some tips and some course advice.
And just seeing Brosnan up there, dude. That shows just on that section there, where Marcelo just went through, it shows just how much that's dried out. You think that how much it's dried out caught him out there? Like, it's starting to break up on top.
Oh yeah, there's no way he would have expected to slide out off camber a little bit like that. I mean, there's no way. Yeah, here he goes.
So Villegas, the first guy we've seen out on this open section now. We're into the top 15, so the gaps go to 3 minutes at the top. And we are going to see these big guns railing this.
Yeah, I love his style. He is just every run full gas, and you know, it's really cool to see guys like him just really putting it out there. I mean, you always know that he's giving 100% effort.
He comes from the CG Racing Brigade team, of course, so he's got a lot to live up to, both on and off the track. When you got Cedric Brassier as a team manager, so let's see as Marcelo Guitars Villegas now comes up to the split, but he looks strong, dude. He's a bodybuilder style bloke, man. He's a huge guy, and I don't think that pendulum would have bothered him too much. So he was only 1.1 back, 4th for him, and he's just turning those pedals everywhere, and that is what you're going to have to see this afternoon for the winning run, Miles. No doubt about it.
Marcelo's a machine, and he's been just out there working hard all year. It's really great. You know, I like the way he rides. He rides with intensity. He's a solid, fit athlete, and you know, we'll see what he can do today.
Decides to go straight through the middle of those braking bumps, but look at the pace, gets back over to the left of the track there, sets himself nicely up for that left-hander coming there, flicks right then left, of course. He had a second of the Gabanzo's downhill crankworks race, only 1.8 back for him, but I don't think he's going to take that time down the front page in the hot seat at the moment.
Yeah, Marcelo, wow, this morning in morning warm-up, yeah, he was really giving it. Awesome to see that.
Well, he's hungry for it, there's no question about that.
Yeah, he's definitely not scared.
One of the strong guys, comes from Colombia, probably the fastest rider from South America, goes 3rd, 1.837 back for him. And that was a good run from him.
Yeah, real solid.
Colombia.
He's representing. There he goes into the option line, real solid in the rut. Gets that change of direction right, and he just rails this right-hander and gets right on the pedals to exiting the corner.
And that split second on the pedals there, it makes a lot of difference in your speed down that next straight, and obviously that's worth a fair bit of time. The quicker you can get on the gas,
absolutely
crucial.
Yeah, good display of technique, and puts him 3rd on the hot seat there.
So it's Andrew Needlin riding for South Africa. Needles had a good year, of course. His teammate Danny Hart not here, the reigning world champion. We've already talked about that. Needles creatively there, looked like he hopped from one side of the track to the other. They're trying to miss those big braking bumps.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what Brosnan did, only he was on the rear brake a little bit and washed it out. There he goes, Needles sending the big jump.
That's a big gap there.
There he goes. Nice.
Look at the size of those things.
Real clean, too. Well done.
Needles, and that's where you've got to be clean like that, man. You've got to be able to carry speed off those landings.
Yeah, look at him, see him getting low, pumping, and trying to stay out of the wind as well. But yeah, Needles, first one we've seen yet jump those big jumps.
And yeah, first ones we've seen on screen, definitely, Miles. Yeah, and he's, you know, one of those guys, he looks like he's using his head there a little bit, deciding where to pump and where to pedal, trying to save a bit of energy for the lower part of this course.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying to be efficient and, you know, trying to save the power from when you can really put it down on the ground.
Buttery smooth. He's Andrew Needland, been in the top 10 4 times this year. He's half a second up, so it's a great run. Oh, Needles, dude. That's it. It's over.
Wow. Looked like he just got so compressed on the bike bar corner. It just took him right down, didn't it? It just collapsed his legs.
I think it caught him by surprise. You know, probably one of the parts of the course, you know, it's wooded, you know exactly what it is, it doesn't change time to time. It's, you know what I mean, it's maybe somewhere where you relax a little bit, mentally perhaps, and it just caught him out.
I think he just sort of underestimated the G-force and, you know, that fatigue in those legs. I think that got the better of him.
Well, thankfully, he looks like he's in one piece from it. That could have been a lot worse, getting compressed onto the top tube like that.
It's still better than the crash, still, really, for him. Lost about 4 seconds.
Not what he'd have been looking for this afternoon, though. He was on a good run, wasn't he?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he really didn't need that to happen. It'd have been nice to see him to go into the hot seat, that's for sure.
So Needles completes his run with a huge whip. Crosses the line 8. Just checking his tyre pressure there, wonder whether that back end just...
It may have looks like the front or the rear really pushed out from under him. And, you know, like I said earlier, I thought it was that he collapsed, but I think the front end really just gave out on him.
Yeah, it looks like he had a huge amount of tyre roll or something there that just caught him off guard.
He did.
Sam Blenkinsop, the next man, the New Zealander. Always exciting.
Yeah, I love Blinky style. He's really just always on it. He's got a particular kind of a wheelie out of the corner thing that he likes to do.
Of course, the bronze medalist from last year's World Champs in Shotbury on a very different course, but he has done well here. He was 4th in 2010, 9th here last year. And really, I wouldn't have had him down to do as well as that, perhaps, on a course like this, you know, flat pedals. But Blenky can turn the power when he needs to, it seems. So there he is, hard on the pedals. He's going to come up to this big first wooden kick and decides to go round it.
Wow, surprised to see that. He maybe didn't get the drive out of the forest he was looking for.
No.
And that's going to cost him.
You can see it there because he doesn't have such a... Well, dude, you saw just how high Needland is, and of course, when you're up that high, you've got to come down. He caught perfect backside, that gives him drive. And when you go off the smaller tabletop there, you can't squash it enough. You land late on that landing, and you know he's now losing time all the way along this straight.
Yeah, and I don't know if this plays into the equation, but earlier in the week in practice, he actually broke a bike on the landing of one of those big jumps, and maybe he's a little bit afraid to have a mechanical failure.
Well, I would understand that he was. You wouldn't want your bike letting go on something the size of that. So Blanky, let's have a look at the split time. 2.6 back, so yeah, he's not really, he is in touch, but he's going to take a miracle and pull that back and topple Florent Payet out of that hot seat at the moment. Look how dry that is up there now, Miles.
Yeah, really, course conditions, I don't know if they could be too much better. I think everybody's going to be pretty happy about it.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Except for Troy Brosnan, of course, with that being caught off like that.
You know what, poor old Brosnan, I'm glad to see him come back and attack like that. It seems, you know, he's got a bright future ahead of him, and he was pretty ill this year with that crash with that spleen, so he's put it all behind him and he's attacking, and hopefully we'll see what he can do in Norway in a couple of weeks' time. So it's all about Sam Blenkinsop though. At the moment, 2.257 back for him, the man on course at the moment, taking that safe and beeline around there as well, carrying more speed out. It's further round, but you know, the guys, you're one of the guys up there, Miles, in practice, people must have timed that and worked out the difference in those two lines.
I timed it myself on a couple occasions, and yeah, in fact, you are giving up time to go around about 0.3 of a second, which you will hope to gain back.
So, four Sam Blenkinsop. Which line's Gwyn going to be on? That's what I want to know.
I think all of our guys are going to the left side, and like I said, you give up maybe 3 or 4 tenths. Here comes Blinky into this section. You see the bike compress and then unload. It really goes pretty good, smooth all the way to the outside. Here he is in this braking section. You're going to see the compression right here. Boom, the bike unloads and back down into this groove.
Just a beautiful ride to watch, Blenky.
Yeah.
Never rides with any gloves, I think, unless it's absolutely torrential rain. It's great to see him. So, Remy and Tyrion now. The French getting behind him. The national team will be up there in force, screaming him out of the gate.
Yeah, Remy, quite a rider, isn't he?
He's a fantastic little rider, yeah. So
it looks like they're going all kind of on the inside of that second corner there, avoiding these huge holes that they have.
So on the pedals. And again, those jumps are big, man. These are the best riders in the planet. They're not going for it. The wind is up there, man. I wonder if it's a headwind enough to slow them down, but Tyrion now hard on the pedals.
It's possible that the wind is affecting him. I did some timing there yesterday, and you're going to pay as much as a second and a half for not jumping those big jumps, just because of the momentum you lose. On the second jump, they've done it so that the lip is a little bit big, and if you avoid the ramp, you pay for it.
So we're going to come up towards split number 1 any second now. So Tyrion then riding for Labyrinth, Shimano Racing, 8th of the IXS Cup here earlier in the season. So he's well capable of a top 10 the IXS Cup. And most of the big World Cup riders here using it as a chance to re-ride this course. It's 2.9 back, though, nearly 3 seconds back for the rider from France. Railing that thing, dude. Needland was fast along that straight and fast into that big wooden berm. There's no doubt he's benefiting from doing those big jumps. And Tyrion now bouncing back down into this wood here.
Yeah, I'm really sad to see Niels have that problem.
Look how fast they're going miles through this wood section. It's just brilliant to watch.
Unbelievable.
Hard on the brakes again there, just drifting in nicely in that turn.
Well done.
Inside there, man, that's different as well. Didn't bother getting back over to the left to switch again. Just hounding through the inside. These guys know every square foot of this course in their heads. 2.8 back now for him. Going on that riskier inside line where we saw Big PB Dog crash out a little bit earlier. But Tyrion attacking, he looks good to me. But he ain't going to make 3 seconds up. So it's Paye, Marcus Peckel there in second, Guitares, Villegas in third, Blenkinsop in fourth, and Sandow. That's your top 5 at the moment.
Yeah, but you can see he's got the right body position as he's in attack mode. He made up a little time here. 2.9 back into 7th.
So good ride from him. Look at my notes there. We've got Michael Pascal next.
There he goes. This is the transition section where you come out of the woods, and looks like he got a little bit on the front wheel, and I don't know if he goes for these big jumps, but that's where you got to make the setup happen.
Congratulations all round. Big relief when your world runs over one way or another. Michael Pascal. Well, there you go then. A true legend of the sport. Never actually been world champion, but he's come close, man. This guy has an incredible record at world championships. Look how high those bars are, Mold. He's old school all the way.
Yeah, not only that, looks like he had a little problem in the first corner, and he's got the Avion pink socks going today.
Good luck for him.
He looked really good in the wet, and I don't know if he's really got the same confidence in the dry as he did yesterday.
No, you're dead right. I mean, Pascal definitely does excel in the wet conditions.
Yeah.
His track record at Worlds, I always say, bronze at 98 in St Anne's, silver at 99 in order in the wet, if I remember correctly. Bronze 2000 Sierra Nevada, silver 03 in Lugano, and of course 5th in last year's World Championships in Chambéry in absolutely horrendous conditions.
Yeah, still an amazing rider after all these seasons, and he tells me that he doesn't really train at all in the off-season. No, and all he really does is he just gets on the bike in the spring, he starts doing downhill runs, and by the end of the year, you know, he's up to speed.
A winner of 2 World Cups as well in his career. So 6.076 back. Looked to me noticeably slower along that big open flat pedal there.
Well, I think he lost a lot because he didn't do the big jumps, and then also he likes to ride flat pedals, so it's a little bit harder for him to make the power.
No doubt about it. Still great to see such a legend in action though. So we're into the top 10 after this man. We've got Gwyn, the last guy down the mountain. For him you'll see Manar, Atherton, Brooke MacDonald, Sam Hill, Damien Spagnola, Josh Bryson, Mark Beaumont, and of course Stevie Smith, and of course, excuse me, the next guy you're going to see is Mick Hanna, the guy that went fastest in time training yesterday, in that time run yesterday. So 7 point back now for Pascal.
Yeah, and I can see that he potentially may have lost about 5 seconds on that big long traverse. Typically, he's really good in the technical stuff, and as I said, he excels in the wet. And too bad that for him that the course conditions have changed so much.
So Pascal coming down to finish yet another world run, 27th for him, 7.698 back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to fasten your seatbelts for this one. Sick Mick Hanna is going to be in the start gate any second now. The guy that went fastest yesterday, and he will love a course like this. You ain't going to see anyone probably go through this middle section as fast as this man we're about to see on course. Here he is then. This could be it. This could be a world's winning run. Make no mistake about it, when Mick Hanna is on, he is on, 28 years old. The most unpredictable, perhaps, rider on the World Cup circuit. His sister will be watching on. She hurt herself badly in Valdesler earlier this year. And Sick Mick can ride both the technical and excels when it requires a bit of pedaling and a bit of power and a bit of pain miles.
Yeah, it looked to me like he's still got the mud tires on. I don't know if that's the best choice for the conditions right now, but
here we go.
Putting in the effort.
Sends it perfectly over big jump number 1 there. And over the second, catches the perfect backside. And Hanna will be angry to get on those pedals, man. He wants to get the power down. So just biding his time.
Just a little factoid yesterday when I was timing that section. He was over a half a second faster than the next fastest.
My word.
So, this guy knows how to make speed out of nothing.
The 09 bronze medalist from Canberra would love a world champion title.
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
I just about to say the same thing. I got butterflies. It's alright commentating on this thing, man. This is the one race a year where you just like to sit back and watch it. It's just the best. So Hanna now. Looks like he's carrying good speed. That distinctive flat back style line, 2.6 up from Mick Hanna. Wow, this is a fantastic run from him. Can he hold it together now on the last part of this course here? He's just reached the halfway point, some way to go. Hanna's on fire.
Yeah, and I think, fortunately for him, he made it through all those sections with the mud tires, and I think now it's going to benefit him in this final wood.
Maybe he's took a gamble, years and years of experience. Look at Mick, dude. He actually took a couple of years off from the sport to have a break from it before deciding to come back. Certainly one of the hardest men on the World Cup circuit.
Yeah, he's father of 2, and he's definitely been around a while. Unbelievable, he's lost a little bit of time.
1.9, but he's still holding together. Plenty of body language there. Hanna just leaning, hanging off that bike, trying to keep it in the ruts. Mick Hanna's on a good run, Miles. He's surely going to be that time of Florence Paye.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what, when you talk about a 2-second advantage, that is huge on a fast course like this.
Absolutely.
So Hanna comes down towards the line. Is he going to be the man to sit in that hot seat? Is it going to be enough for him? He goes big over that finish line. Johnny comes down the line. 2.087 up. For Sick Mick. What a run from the Australian. Will it be enough?
And there we are. If that's a winning run. I predicted a 2:23.
What we on now?
I mean a 3:23. I'm sorry.
Sorry, a 3. Yeah, that would have been fast.
3:23. So he's shaved. He's shaved 3 and a half seconds nearly.
Time gone yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be enough. I think they're going to go quicker today because the course is dried out.
I hate to say it, but
I think they're going to go under
right.
3:20, dude.
I have a little bit of fear that that might not be enough for him.
Well, there's another guy very, very capable of winning this event today. Stevie Smith from Canada, second on Montanand in the 2000 World Championships. Dude, look at him, just even though he's still doing the turn, just hanging off that thing, getting those pedal strokes in where he needs them.
He's seen the
stretching out for it on that new carbon Da Vinci bicycle as well, the Wilson. He looks like he's faster than me here.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He was looking good.
Smooth. Pedals in between the jumps where he needs to. Turns that thing in the air. He's looking like Smith, looking really strong here, Miles.
Yeah, he's definitely put it together here. We'll see in just about 10 seconds where he's at.
So,
this section's so long. I forget how far they're going across the camber. You know, it's really quite a traverse to get to this last woods.
Here we go, any second now. He's 1.5 back, I'm surprised. But that shows the strength of Hannah on that top section. And you know what? Smith could pull that back though from here on down. It's not impossible for him. It's a big order, but I think Smith could do it.
No, it is possible. I kind of doubt it. I mean, I think so. The physical nature of that, you know, that open section has taken so much away from the body. It doesn't seem likely you're going to be able to, but anything is possible.
So, flying and down through the trees now. Stevie Smith, I'm so nervous watching the world. It's unbelievable. The split. No, so he's up. 0.2 up. So Smith has pulled it back. He took back 1.7 seconds that first. That's unbelievable.
So you were right. I mean, he was able to do that. That's either testament to him or maybe Mick made a mistake in there.
Yeah, good point. We don't see every spare foot of it, as maybe he did. So I think still, Smith goes wild on that last turn. I think pedaling in the end, desperately trying to make some time up. He goes fastest by nearly a second. Oh, Stevie Smith, man.
Wow.
From the brinks of disaster to the heights of success there on that last turn.
Wow.
Sick Mick, dream of a gold medal. Go with that run. Man, that was incredible stuff.
Wow, really good display, wasn't it?
Wasn't that run?
To take back that much time, really well done. Look at him coming in here so fast. God, he's really just hard on the brakes, and the bike is dancing around underneath him. And you know, he really keeps it together here. He makes this charge in the last section. There he goes off this little gap jump into the braking bumps. You see his feet just banging around, and bike staying pretty still. The front end staying pretty high. With the fork set up pretty stiff.
So Steve B having a quick word with him there. I don't think Steve will be telling him too much about the course. With Greg Menard, Steve's teammate, yet to come. So Mark Beaumont now. So Beaumont, another rider capable of something big here this afternoon. I watched him in practice, actually gapping GF there up there on this top section. And you can see just how loose now that is on there. Oh, yeah, that's going to cost him a little bit of time not sending that big jump.
Yeah.
Those jumps are huge, Miles.
They really are.
They're getting off them. They're the biggest jumps I think I've seen on a World Cup track.
Definitely, probably next to the jumps that they had in South Africa, they're the biggest. Those were really big as well. But yeah, I saw Mark in practice as well, and he looked really phenomenal to me. And him and his teammate G tend to ride a lot together, so you can see from one rider to the other. You know, sometimes there's a definitive difference. They'll take different lines and compare each other. It's nice to have a teammate like that that's so similar in speed.
15th here in 2010, 13th here in 2011. So hasn't actually broken into that top 10. 8th at split number 1. 4.5 seconds back. So that's the difference. If you don't do those big jumps, you can kiss your world's gold goodbye.
Yeah, you can see that translates into that long traverse, all that speed that you lose if you don't execute that properly.
So yeah, the GTT now coming with the Athens. We're going to see G Athens on the same boat there. Oh, another mistake, getting stood up in that turn. So this is now Beaumont wanting his run to go this afternoon.
Had a little incident there, and probably going to force him to push a little harder here at the bottom.
Beaumont's got the skills, man. He was the fastest qualifier in Fort William this year before a disastrous final run to crash out. Wyndham had a big crash as well. So it's been a year of mixed fortune for Mark Beaumont, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he's had some bad luck, and otherwise may have had some victories this year.
So, down to the line for Mark Beaumont. 9th spot for him, 5 point at double A 9.7. So 7 to go. And Mark Bowman will be a bit disappointed with that, I know. Look at the slow-mo.
Look at him. See his head staying really still, and you got the shoulders and elbows really square, and it looks like he just missed the groove a little bit and got stood up. Didn't quite exit the corner the way he'd like to have.
Right, Josh Bryceland. Third in Valdizel last year, fifth in Fort William, the junior world champion from 2008 in Val d'Isole. Plenty of encouragement for him out of the gate there. Oh, Bryce, I don't know if he did that as purpose as a scrum, I don't think so. Wild move. But Bryce surprised me just how strong and fit he is now, becoming a much more rounded rider in recent years. Santa Cruz Syndicate man, 7th in World Cup points at the moment, of course. Oh, and not going for those big jumps either. You think the wind up there? Oh, and he does the second one though, man. That was huge. Just popping out of there, so you can link them together even if you don't get the first.
Yeah, good strategy. I think coming into the event, when we walked the course, we were looking at that as being most likely the fastest way was to stay low on the first and jump the second. And after
I waste so much time up in the air there.
Yeah, potentially. And so, you know, for him that may have worked the best. So, you know, we'll see how it plays out at this split.
So yeah, he had a massive crash in last year's World Championships in Chambéry. 11th here last year. Right, probably not looking as quick as Stevie Smith and Mick Hanna here, I don't think. We're going to see now only 1 second back, man, deceiving from the languid rider from Manchester in the UK. Now, this is probably where you'd say Bryceland will excel, the more technical part of this course now. Dude, he's so tall and rangy, it's hard to see just how fast he's going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He soaks everything up.
It's a little deceiving. His style is good. He keeps his head really still. The rest of his body's moving around. And, you know, being that he's from the UK, I would like to see him...
Oh, he's down, dude!
Oh,
he goes down. What a shame for him. So, well, that corner, he must feel a little bit like Prince Harry. That corner there catching him with his pants down. A real shame for Josh Bryceland.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You know, he really had a good run going, and you see here he kind of gets to the inside of the groove, and I think it just pushed him up out of the apex. Seemed like he got in a little bit on the inside, and it just kind of had its way with him there. That's too bad.
So far, a disaster. Russ afternoon for the Santa Cruz Syndicate, PD and Bryce both crashing out, but both of them, you know, on pace, trying hard. That's what World Championships is all about. There's no second place here, man. You just got to go for it, and that's what we're seeing. And respect to these riders for doing so.
Yeah, you have to respect them for putting out the effort, and you know, lucky for Santa Cruz, they still have one more athlete in the race.
Yeah, that's right. They certainly do. I mean, it's none other than Greg Menard. And Menard, well, if you want to look for a winner on this course this afternoon, it might well be him as well. Greg Menard just had an incredible record on this course. We'll draw that later as we now look at Damien Spagnola, 27 years old, MS Mondraker rider, Miles. And do you know what I mean? One of the real danger men this afternoon, I think.
Yeah, he's tough to predict. There's, you know, there's times where he is just
brilliant.
You know, head and shoulders above. And then this morning, unfortunately, I saw him with a puncture, so hopefully he can avoid that.
So sends it over that big first booter there.
Oh, and he's going to skip the second. That's not good.
That has cost him some time.
Yeah.
You can see just how much time it's cost him. Not only has it cost him time, it's cost him energy, because he gets hard on those pedals and tries to attack again. So, well, Spagnola will be kicking himself for that.
It's definitely not game over, but it's certainly, you know, not how you build speed for this next section. I think you're better doing what Josh Bryceland did, and then skip the first and jump the second, get the speed. But, you know, that may have cost him.
So the silver medalist from the World Championships in Chambéry this year, he's had he's had a terrible season, but it's not through a lack of pace, it's through crashes and punctures, and, you know, things ain't going his way. 1.4 back for him though. Now, Spagnola will also be one of these riders I feel that, you know, it could open it up now from here on down.
Yeah, he's got the potential to make this time up. There's no way to know. You know, obviously, what his pace is at the bottom, but you know, he's certainly a talented rider. And whoa, got a little out of shape there. And you know, we'll just have to wait and see.
So riding the rat, taking all the bumps in his stride. Looks fast down through the trees. It gets over to the left to set up for that right. You're going to see him go back through camera shot there quickly before we regain him here as he now comes up to split. Number 2, 1.7 back. Fast through that turn there where the split was, but now he has got a tall order to make up. And I don't think he's going to upset that time of Stevie Smith. Everyone's been talking about Stevie Smith coming into this race. And, you know, it's a solid time for him, 3:23. We've still got 5 big guns, Hill, McDonald, Atherton, Menard and Gwynn to come. But that time of Stevie Smith is blisteringly fast. Spagnota comes down the line. He goes third, 2.645 back for him. But Stevie Smith, you know, he looks lean, he looks fit, he looks like he's come to form just right this year.
Definitely a dangerous guy. You know, let's not forget that we have the most dangerous men left to go. So, you know, he's definitely set the bar pretty high, and we're going to have to wait and see what these guys have.
Dude, I think we got the 5 most dangerous men.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. 5-time world champion you're going to see next. Brooke McDonald coming in off a win in Val d'Isère. G. Atherton, 2008 world champion. Menard, the 2003 world champion, and Aaron Gwynn, never a world champion, but the most dominant man in man bike going for the last 2 seasons. So here he is, Sam Hill. What can he do this afternoon? Speaking of people that are very close to him, Hill is absolutely desperate for a win. It's been a little while now.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a drought for him this season. He's had moments of brilliance, and you know, having the pleasure of he just had a little slide there. Having the pleasure of watching him all season, I've really gotten to see his style and what types of courses suit him. And this isn't really one of them.
I would agree with you, Miles. Totally. 5th here last year, though. Can that desire drive him onto a win this afternoon?
It's just an amazing rider to watch. He's got some subtle skills that almost nobody has the equal of, and
only injuries really have slowed him down over the last few years.
Yeah.
You know, he's missed a couple of seasons really through big injuries. He's coming up to split now, as we say, the 3-time world champion, also a 2-time junior world champion as well. Impeccable record. One of these riders that can really lift their game for this big one-day event here, the most important race in mountain biking. The title of world champion, the most coveted title there is. He's only 0.886 back, so less than a second off, Miles.
Yeah, if anybody can make that up on this bottom section, it's Sam.
Dust starting to appear as they land there. This course drying out. Got a couple of the guys out on that top section of that top layer of soil breaks away.
Yeah.
Hill looks composed and fast here.
He really does. He's keeping his
Look at the lines tight into there, dude.
He's taking chances. I like seeing that.
Always does. So creative on that bike.
Really keeping his speed, looking good here. This is kind of a threat.
Oh, holding that breath as he comes up towards split 2. What's Hill going to do for us?
No.
Oh, 2.42. He's lost time there.
Yeah, so that's a testament to Smith. I mean, Smith really put in a good effort through that final woods.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to beat him there. If you're not on top on the split going in.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Could be tough.
I wonder what's going through Aaron Gwynn's mind now. The last man we're going to see down this hill, the pressure suffocating for both him and Atherton. Really the big 3 from World Cup racing as Hill goes across the line third, 2.192 back. They know how to deal with pressure perhaps better than anyone else.
Yeah, what happens at the top, the atmosphere changes, then the pressure is on because you've only got 5 riders left, 4 riders sitting there at the top, and you know, that's not many men. So here's Sam coming into this final woods, and at this point he's only 0.8 seconds behind, and so I don't know if it's a little bit of fatigue that comes into play here, but he looked really good, really aggressive. So, you know, he may have been tiring a bit because I expected him to be so fast there.
But McDonald, the winner in Val d'Isère, the last round of this year's World Cup. He looks leaner. There's been something slightly a little bit different about Brooke as well. Less of he seems more composed. You know what I mean? He's got the air of a winner around him now. It seems to have given his confidence a huge boost. And you know, make no mistake, Brooke McDonald could win this thing this afternoon. No doubt about it. He's so focused on this race.
Yeah, I really think he's kind of a dark horse threat.
Yeah.
You know, haven't seen him win and clips that double a little bit, and then really good job. He was able to get that second one clean. And yeah, he's one of these cannonballs. He's just fast when it comes to carrying speed. And in Valdezere, seeing him win, it was just really, really cool to see how happy he was and see just what kind of what this means to him. And so here he is going for his first World Championship win.
He's unbelievable, man. Lives here in the summer as well, resides just down the road. He had a few runs on this course. The AXS here earlier this year as he comes up to the split now. What's Bulldog done? Told me he went to 2.5 back, so surprisingly off the pace. And Smith's time is looking better and better.
Yeah, this bodes well for Steve Smith.
Told me that the big thing, the reason why he won it in Valdezere was he went from a zero step, no forward movement. Oh, mistake there from him. He didn't have any, oh, and another one there, sorry, I'm trying to talk.
That zero stack to like a 50 or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Mount.
Spit it out for me, Miles.
Just trying to keep the weight on that front wheel, and as you can see, coming into those flatter turns, he has a little problem with that front wheel commitment, putting the foot out, maybe a little less confidence than he needs.
So, 3.5 seconds back, drops another second. Well, this is what the world's all about. No second chance, man. You've got to be able to deliver under pressure.
Yeah, that last wood really hurt him.
Yeah.
And he's another guy on flat pedals, and so this physical section may have taken its toll.
Yeah, certainly. Looks like he's cutting in tight there. That was a fast line around that last turn there as well. Scrubs out. McDonald springs to the line. He goes 3.647 back. Well, the man from New Zealand will be disappointed with that.
Yeah, but, wow, no room for error here today.
No, man. You've got to be pinpoint and you've got to be fast. As we look at Stevie Smith, Mick Hanna and Sam Hill, the top three at the moment.
Look at him, a little menacing with that handlebar mustache.
He looks like an animal. And the advantage Smith over Hanna, 0.9 of a second. That's a big gap. Gia third then. Well, this guy is due a win, the 2008 World Champion. And he's one of these guys, I think, that will dig so deep this afternoon, so committed. He wants to win a race, man. It's been a long time, hasn't been outside the top four any World Cup this year. Of course, his last World Cup win actually was back in 2010 in Wyndham, so it's been a while since we've seen G.
Yeah, and as you may know, I mean, he had one of the most violent crashes I have ever seen this year in Mount St. Anne. He went over the handlebars, over the front on maybe a 50, 60 kilometer an hour section.
He went through the speed trap at 50 on his head, squashes that first one. Will he send the second one, Miles?
There he goes. I don't know that he jumped it. Maybe a little lack of commitment there.
So these two World Cups we've had here over the last 2 years have been filled, the top three both times, by the three riders we're seeing on screen now. G Atherton, there's not three on screen at the moment, excuse me, G and the next two riders to come. Atherton actually second here in 2010 and 2011. It's going to be interesting to see, hard to gauge just how fast he's going as he now comes up to the first split.
He was really putting some pedals down where I didn't see any other athletes able to do so. He is a fit athlete.
He is, dude. Athlete is the word to it. He's 1.047 up. So Atherton is on fire.
Ooh, he almost had a little needling incident there. Bike almost got away from him. I'm surprised that he was able to do that without having carried the momentum off those jumps.
So on that Carbon GT Fury, Atherton will be looking to take gold here for the second time. Man, he looks fast. Look how smooth he is, Miles. Pumping out of that turn there as well. Staying out of those big bumps there. Those big bumps as well as being tiring will take a bit of pace off the bike. Dude, this is looking faultless for me. The question is he going fast enough?
I don't know. G, with the full second to spare here, we'll see what he's got.
Here we go. 1.062.
So, barring any incidents, he may just go into the hot seat.
Few couple of pedals in there. Oh man, I'm holding my breath. G deserves a win. He would love to take a second World Championship title. Come on, G-Man. Over that big tabletop, safely cuts into the inside of there. Going to catch the last part of that berm. All he's got to do now is get on the pedals down the line. Where's he going to stop the clock? He can stop it. 0.633. And G Atherton now is in the gold medal position. Stevie Smith 3 to be
got some physical power there. He really did not let the pain take advantage of his effort.
Oh man, look at Stevie Smith.
It's a tough feeling right there. That's difficult.
He looks like a man who left the pub at 10 with a 2 and woke up with a 2 at 10. Disappointment written all over his face. So Greg Minnaar next then. More than capable of winning this afternoon. The time to beat 3 at 22, a point to 3 at 7-1.
Unbelievable.
Minnaar not been a world champion unbelievably since 2003, and I say that when you look at the rest of his results. World Championships is delivering yet again, Miles.
Yeah, what an athlete he is, and unbelievably consistent.
And look at that, keeps it low over there. Sends the second one, textbook from Minnaar. And again, you know, like we talk about G being able to pedal with Minnaar, maybe even stronger, and you know, both these guys, and of course Aaron, maybe not quite as strong a pedaler as these two, but you know, these guys can do everything. They can ride technical tracks, and they can pedal, and that's why they're at the top of the World Cup races all year round. So it looks flawless from Greg Minnaar at the moment.
And him as well, putting down those pedals like, you know, a man possessed. He's definitely not succumbing to the pain.
The winner here in 2010, third. Last year, hasn't been off the podium in the 2 World Cups we've seen here. I think he's going to be faster this split. Yes, he is, 0.5 up. So Minnaar now lifting the bar here in Leogang. Oh man. The World Championships is the best race of the year. It's unbelievable. Can Minnaar take his first world title since 2003? Rides with his head. Just inch perfect. It looks to me with his tyres there, Miles.
Unbelievable. He rides with his head over the front wheel and over the handlebars. Really amazing.
Such style from the tall South African rider. Just sets it up there.
He's just so skilled.
He is, he's absolutely gifted on a bike. Been around a long time as well. And he won the IXS. He's up still by half a second. Oh man, going for that risky inside line. You reckon that's worth 0.3 of a second? Minnaar did it perfectly, so now we're going to see.
Well, we're going to see how this plays out for him. And it's going to be close.
So Minnaar, seconds away from going into the hot seat, but only Aaron Gwynn takes him wide in that turn there. Maybe a little bit tardy, comes down to the line. What's he going to do? He goes fastest by 0.501. Wow, one rider left to go. It's Aaron Gwynn. Can he deny Greg Minnaar a World Championship gold for the second time in his career?
My heart is in my throat right now, and after seeing what Minnaar was able to do there, unbelievable. What a committed athlete. To see him, just comes out of this corner like unbelievably. Bike presses and he just launches again. Coming in here super hot, fully committed, right? I mean, look at that. The bike's just floating over those bumps. The way he takes the compressions is unbelievable, and he keeps his head so far forward. His shoulders are up on bars. He's got his head almost over the front wheel.
Poetry in motion, to coin a phrase. Aaron Gwynn then dominated World Cup over the last 2 years, won it in the last 2 seasons. With a round to go, and the last man that can deny Greg Minnaar a gold medal. So Aaron Gwynn, 2 seconds off yesterday in the timed run. And you know, Miles, he's going to have to push harder. He's going to know that as well. He's going to have to pull everything out this afternoon now.
Yeah, he looked pretty good there. He seemed like he tiptoed into that corner a little bit, and maybe that plays out for his exit speed. And here we go. We're coming into this forest section previous to these jumps. See what he does.
Oh, cautious.
He does look a little tentative. Something's wrong.
Yeah,
He's got a
something's up,
problem.
dude.
Oh no, he's got a problem.
Something's up.
He's got a mechanical.
Greg Minnaar is your 2012 World Champion. I don't know what's happened to Aaron Gwynn.
Oh no, that's wait a minute. He's pedaling now. What?
Hard to say, but that's not how we wanted to see it go down. But
No,
well, I don't know.
I don't know exactly what the problem is. If he's had a wreck, he's definitely not hurt, but maybe the bike gave. Oh! Ooh, he almost had an off there.
Lack of concentration.
I'm thinking maybe he had a jam with the chain. It's possible that the chain was temporarily jammed and he couldn't pedal going into that jump section, and maybe that's played with his confidence a bit, that he just can't rely on the drivetrain at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's all speculation, really.
He might. Who knows? He might come off Mars. Who knows?
Yeah.
Now we wanted to see this World Championship decided, but Greg Minnaar is the 2012 World Champion, man. That's unbelievable. Minar has played second fiddle to the man on screen so much over the last couple of seasons.
Wow, congratulations to Greg, and that's tough to see it go down this way. But
Minar's a deserving world champion. There's no question about it.
There couldn't be anybody more professional, more skilled, more fit. He's kind of the epitome of top level mountain biking.
He certainly is. Wow, everyone's scratching their heads as to what's gone on with Aaron Gwynn. But it doesn't matter now, it's all over. Greg Minar's your world champion. Giathern there in the silver medal position. Poor old G-man. When's he going to win one? Half a second, 0.581 off for him. Stevie Smith there in third, taking the bronze medal at 1.214 back. As we watch Aaron Gwynn finish his run. The crowd are behind him, but it's a shame to see him come down to this.
I'm really in a state of shock. That's unfortunate, and sad to see him having a goon ride here. But wow, what a way to wrap up the world champs. And congratulations to Greg Minar.
There you go. What can you say about Greg Minar? Faster than Julian Assange, popping out for a takeaway today. Unbelievable ride from the South African. It's yours, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well done. For Greg, he's had a tough season. He's been denied any wins so far in the World Cup other than Peter Maritzburg in his hometown. And so for him to take this victory is well deserved. He's had been sitting second in the World Cup all season. And with that series all locked up, really race wins is all you can go for in here. For him to win Worlds, brilliant.
And we might be hearing from him shortly, so if we get cut off, that's why. But an incredible record, Miles, for Greg Minar in the World Championships. 3 times a bronze, Vale 01, Lavinio 5, St Anne as well in 2010. 3 silver medals, 04 in Leger, 06 in New Zealand, and 09 in Canberra, and now 2 goals to go with it. And fittingly so, because Greg Minar, he never gives up, keeps coming back, and when it's fast like this, on these big powerful courses, he's one of the men who can really turn it on.
Yeah, he is. He's really dangerous on these kind of tracks. Because he is, like you said, he's got the whole package. He's got that fitness.
Right, so here we are on the finish line with Greg Minar, the winner of the 2012 Downhill World Champions. Greg, it's your second win, your last one in 2003. You must be super stoked.
Hey Max, it's been 9 years, and man, in this run it was tough. I had a lot of pressure today. I sat in my hotel room and just I was super nervous. Got to the truck and I calmed down, which is normally the reverse. And my run, to be honest, I tried to nail that top section. I stood off a bridge and I lost a lot of speed onto the pedaling, and I just got hit a bit of a down. I knew I had to pedal hard, same as in Maritzburg, and I managed to come back. I couldn't believe I crossed the line in first, and I'm a bit bummed for Gwynny. He seemed to have a mechanical out there. I'm not quite sure what happened. It's not exactly the best way for me to win, although I'd like to win, but we're all out there trying our best. We all have mechanicals from time to time, and it's been 9 years, man.
It's a big win, Greg, and certainly next year the World Championships in South Africa. Are we going to see number 3 from Greg Minar at the World Championships?
It would be a nice way to end it, going on to a home track to win there would be amazing, This is a track here that I wanted to do well on as well, but I was thinking about that today. 3 in Maritzburg would be great, but right now I hardly can believe I won this today.
All right, there you have it, Greg Minar, your 2012 World Champion in the elite men's downhill here in Leogang, Austria.
Wow. Humbling victory, but deservedly taking that win. Here he is, Miles. Let's have a look at this slow motion of him.
Pretty unbelievable effort from Greg Minar today. What can you say? This guy is so complete as a rider. He's just really, like I said, he's got the whole package, and he's so smart and he's so patient. I mean, the way he approaches things, I really don't see him crashing much. I don't see him getting hurt very often, and the guy's really committed to the sport. He's committed to winning or being the best, at least. Very consistent rider. Unbelievable. I remember the first time I saw him in 2001 at the World Championships in Vail, and he did something that I just had no idea was possible. And so ever since, I've just been so respectful of his abilities.
He's been around forever. Let's have a look at the top 10 miles. So Manana gold, silver to Atherton Smith, as we said. Big Hannah there, 4th place for him.
And really a bummer that he didn't get a medal. I mean,
Sam Hill, incredible run from him, 5th. Well, of course, you've got to say, didn't really suit him.
absolutely.
And we're going to see more from him hopefully in Norway and certainly next year. Sam Hill is on the way back to the top. Spagnola, you know, a great run from the Frenchman there in 6th spot. He won't be too disappointed with that. Florent Payet, I don't think anyone saw him getting in the top 10. That was an amazing ride for 7th. Brett McDonald down there in 8th. Marcus Pecco. Well, what a ride for the guy from Slavny on home soil in Austria. Top 10 of the World Championships. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
And Marcelo Gutierrez Villegas, well, said top 10 of the World Championships for the South American ride.
I think that's very notable for him.
He's in
to
trouble
do
tonight.
a top 10.
He is in trouble. He's got CG as a team manager. He's in real trouble.
He does. He's going to be out of control.
Sam Blenkinsop in 11th. Sam Dale, fantastic result for the Englishman there in 12th. Brett Atkinson 13th. Mark Beaumont in 14th. Remy Thirion 15th. Cam Cole 16th spot for the big New Zealander. Janusz Fishback, the 4-cross legend who's turned his head to Daniel, fantastic ride for 17th. Needles there in 18th. Doubs, Neville with him. Those two actually coming in on exactly the same time. And rounding out the top 20 is Joshua Button from Australia.